Have you ever keep seeing the number 777, like everywhere, and wonder if the universe is trying to tell you something? Well, what if I told you it's not just a lucky number or a cute spiritual moment? What if it's a full-blown wake-up call to get rich on purpose? Yeah, I know that sounds wild, but hear me out. 777 isn't just about divine guidance or alignment or good vibes. It's a blueprint. And when you line it up with your money moves, not just in theory, but in a step-by-step way, it can completely flip how you think about building wealth, planning for retirement, and actually living a life you don't need a vacation from. This isn't some woo-woo magic trick or one of those manifest and chill videos. Nope. We're about to take the message behind 777 and break it down into real steps. Financial clarity, wealth rituals, strategic investing, a vision you actually build toward. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Let's decode it. Let's build it. And let's make sure your future self is straight up blessed. You probably clicked this video because you've been seeing 777 pop up way too often to call it a coincidence. License plates, receipts, timestamps, maybe even street signs. And a part of you, even if you're just curious, is wondering if it means something. Now, in the spiritual world, angel number 777 is a powerful symbol. It's about alignment, inner wisdom, a reminder that you're on the right path, even if you're not sure exactly where it's leading yet. But what we're doing in this video is something a little different. And honestly, kind of next level. Because we're going to take that energy of 777, that signal from the universe, and translate it into something tangible. A full-on, step-by-step retirement and wealth-building blueprint that aligns with your highest potential. Not some vague believe in abundance talk, not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a real, actionable plan, built around the principles that 777 actually stands for. Clarity of vision, wise decisions, trusting divine timing, faith-fueled action, financial alignment. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with a clear vision of what your ideal, aligned retirement looks like, a step-by-step plan to get there using a grounded financial strategy, a renewed sense of trust in both your plan and your purpose. And here's what makes this different from any other finance or manifestation video out there. We're not choosing between the mystical and the practical. We're doing both because you can believe in angel numbers and own a diversified portfolio. You can visualize your dream life and automate your savings. And you can absolutely retire rich, not just in money, but in time, freedom, and alignment. So yeah, buckle up. This is about to get really good. Okay. Let's get into the real meaning behind angel number 777, because understanding this is the foundation of everything we're going to build. So when most people think of angel numbers, especially 777, they think, oh cool, that means good luck. Or maybe something vague like, I'm on the right path. Which, yeah, isn't wrong. But 777 goes way deeper than just luck. In numerology, 7 is the number of inner wisdom, spiritual awakening, divine guidance, and reflection. It's associated with truth-seeking, deep knowledge, and aligning your actions with a higher purpose. It's the number of the sage, the seeker, the one who doesn't just follow the path. They question it, refine it, and elevate it. Now triple that. 777. That's not a whisper. That's a megaphone from the universe. It's saying, hey, you're aligned. Now it's time to make moves that match that energy. 777 means three things in this context. 1. clarity of purpose. You're being invited to go inward and ask, what is the life I'm actually trying to build? Not the one you were told to want. The one your future self is waiting for you to claim. 2. Wise, conscious action. This isn't the time for impulsive decisions or winging it. 777 is about measured steps, strategy, using your intuition and your intellect together to make moves that truly reflect your values. 3. Trusting divine timing. This one's big. 777 isn't about instant rewards. It's a nod from the universe that says, you're on track. Don't rush, don't force, just keep showing up. So, how does this connect to money and retirement? Well, think about it. Retiring rich, whatever rich means to you, requires all three of those things. A clear, meaningful vision for your future. Smart, aligned, patient financial decisions. Faith in the long game and the bigger picture. This is where the real magic happens. When you stop separating your spiritual alignment from your financial behavior. You don't have to be someone else to get rich. You don't have to hustle in a way that burns out your soul. You just have to align your decisions with your destiny. And 777 is your reminder that those two things are finally ready to meet. So now that we understand what 777 is actually pointing us toward, it's time to take that message, that divine nudge, and translate it into real financial action. Let's build your blueprint. All right, let's get practical. So now that you understand what 777 really means, alignment, wisdom, and divine timing, the first thing we need to do is align your vision. And I'm not talking about some vague, wouldn't it be nice Pinterest board. I mean real clarity. Because here's the truth. You can't build what you haven't defined. 777 is about wisdom. And wisdom doesn't start with doing. It starts with knowing where you're going. And why. Step 1. Define what retiring rich actually means to you. Forget the generic definition of retirement. Beach house, golf, drink in hand. Sure, maybe that's your vibe, but maybe it's not. Ask yourself, do I want to stop working completely or just work differently? Do I want financial freedom by 50, 45, 35? Do I want to live somewhere peaceful, travel constantly, start a passion project? Do I want to support my family, fund causes I care about? Whatever it is, write it down. Speak it, own it, get specific, and try this. I want to retire by 50 with $1.5 million invested, living in a house I own outright, working part-time on a business I love, with total freedom over my time. That's vision. That's alignment. Step 2. Assign numbers to the dream. This is where you bring in logic to support the magic. Let's say you want to live on $60,000 a year in retirement, using the 4% rule, a popular withdrawal strategy. That means you'll need about $1.5 million invested to make that income last. Now we've taken the dream and turned it into a destination. This isn't about pressuring yourself with huge goals. It's about mapping your mission. Step 3. Script from the future you. This is where you channel the 777 energy, the higher version of you that's already living this reality. Write it, record it, speak it aloud, because when your subconscious believes it's real, you naturally start taking action from that place of alignment. This isn't just the law of attraction, it's neuroscience. Your brain starts wiring your decisions based on the identity you accept as truth. You can do this physically or digitally. Put up photos, quotes, numbers, anything that reflects your aligned future. Every time you see it, it's a reminder. This is who I'm becoming, and it's already in motion. Clarity beats hustle. Don't start grinding until you know what you're building. Your definition of rich matters more than anyone else's. Alignment first, strategy second. We don't take action until we know where we're headed. So now that your vision is aligned, now that you know exactly what retire rich means for you, it's time to start building the path to get there. And that starts with money. Specifically, the 3 pillars that will support everything: save, invest, grow. Let's get into it. Okay, now that your vision is clear and aligned, it's time to move into the doing. Because here's the truth. Seeing 777 isn't just a spiritual wink. It's a nudge to take aligned action. To build wealth not from pressure or panic, but from wisdom, rhythm, and purpose. So let's break down the 3 money pillars that will get you to your version of retire rich. Pillar 1. Save. Build a sacred financial base. Let's be real. Saving isn't glamorous. It doesn't make great Instagram content, but it's the foundation. And in the energy of 777, saving is spiritual. It's a declaration that says, I honor my future self enough to prepare for them. Here's what to do. Pay yourself first. Automate a percentage of your income to a high-yield savings or retirement account. Even 10% can make a big difference. Follow the 50-30-20 rule or adjust it. 50% needs, 30% want, 20% savings, investing. Use sacred containers. Label your savings accounts intentionally. For example, Financial Freedom Fund, 777 Retirement, Future Me. This isn't about deprivation. This is about creating breathing room, so your future wealth has space to grow. Pillar 2. Invest. Let your money work while you sleep. Here's the secret wealthy people already know. You'll never retire rich by saving alone. You've got to invest, and you've got to start now. Even if you feel behind, even if it's just $100 a month. Because compound interest? That's where divine timing becomes divine multiplication. Here's how to get started. Index funds, low fee, long-term growth. Think S&P 500, Roth IRA, 401k. Max out tax-advantaged accounts if possible. Use the rule of 72. This simple formula tells you how long it'll take your money to double. Quick math. If you invest $500/month at 8% for 30 years, that's $680, 000 plus. Start at 25 instead of 35. You gain over $250,000 just by starting earlier. The key here, consistency. Don't try to time the market. Align with it. Stay in. Let time do the heavy lifting. Pillar 3. Grow. Expand your income with purpose. You can't outsave a low income. So at some point, you'll need to grow your earning power. And this is where things get fun. In 777 energy, this isn't about grinding. It's about elevating, expanding into your gifts, aligning your income with your zone of genius. Options to consider. Start a side hustle. Can you coach, create, teach, or design something that helps others? Skill stacking. Learn a high-demand skill, like copywriting, digital marketing, or automation tools, that increases your value in the market. Passive income. Think digital products, content monetization, affiliate programs, or dividend stocks. Negotiate your worth. Ask for a raise. Seek better clients. Charge more. Wealth starts with the belief that you deserve more. Growth is where your spiritual alignment meets financial acceleration. The power is in the cycle. The beauty of these 3 pillars is that they feed each other. The more you grow, the more you can invest. The more you invest, the less you have to save. The more you save, the more confident you feel in your growth decisions. It becomes a wealth rhythm, not a sprint, not a hustle, a sacred, repeatable rhythm. Recap: save like your future depends on it, because it does. Invest so your money compounds, even while you sleep. Grow so you expand into new levels of income, power, and purpose. Remember, 777 isn't just about inner alignment. It's about aligned action. This is how you bring the energy of divine timing into the physical world, with a plan, a purpose, and a pattern. In the next step, we'll go even deeper. Because if money is your tool, time is your true asset. And you need to start making it your partner. Let's talk about how to time your retirement vision without pressure or panic. Ready? Let's go. Because if there's one thing that either builds your wealth or breaks it, it's not the market. It's not your job. It's not even how much you save each month. It's time. And here's the secret most people miss. Time is either working for you or working against you, but it never just sits still. And when you're working with the energy of angel number 777, time becomes sacred. It's not just about patience, it's about partnership. Most people fight time. They procrastinate, delay decisions, say things like, "I'll start saving when I make more. I'll invest after I pay off X. I'll think about retirement later." But later, it always costs more. Because when you wait, you lose the one resource you can't replace. And no amount of hustle can make up for what time could have done quietly, behind the scenes, if you had just let it. What 777 teaches us about timing. 777 is the number of divine cycles, patience, and trust in the unseen. In wealth terms, that looks like letting your investments compound instead of constantly tweaking. Trusting small, consistent actions over big, dramatic ones. Staying calm when markets dip or progress feels slow. Respecting the long game instead of chasing shiny distractions. Because time plus alignment equals exponential power. Let's make this real. The Rule of 72. There's a simple trick called the Rule of 72. It tells you how long it takes to double your money based on your investment's annual return. Formula: 72. Interest rate equals years to double. So if your money is earning 8% annually, it'll double every 9 years. Let's say you invest $10,000 at 25. At 34, it's $20,000. At 43, it's $40,000. At 52, it's $80,000. At 61, it's $160,000. Without adding another dollar. That's not magic. That's math meeting divine patience. Choose your money freedom date. Here's a super practical exercise that brings this all together. Step 1. Pick a date, any date, that you want to hit a certain financial goal. Maybe it's the year you want to retire. Maybe it's when you want to hit $500K net worth. Maybe it's your debt-free day. Step 2. Reverse engineer it. How much do you need to save, earn, or invest monthly to get there? Step 3. Write it down. Put it in your calendar. Visualize it. Speak it. This is the year I hit freedom, because I'm aligned, consistent, and partnered with time. This becomes your North Star. Not a deadline, a direction. The antidote to pressure equals sign preparation. When you start working with time, something shifts. You don't feel desperate. You don't chase. You don't panic during market dips or missed months. Because you've built a system, and systems give you peace. 777 is the opposite of chaos. It's the reminder that you're not behind. You're being called to begin. And once you begin, time becomes your ally. Time is your most powerful asset, more than income, more than effort. Use the rule of 72 to understand compounding. Choose a money freedom date and work backward. Don't rush, align. Don't delay, start. Time isn't your enemy unless you ignore it. In the next step, we'll talk about what brings this all together. Not just saving and investing, not just planning and timing, but the daily habits that keep you in wealth alignment over the long haul. Let's talk about faith, repetition, and the rituals of rich living. Let's keep going. Let's be real for a second. The vision? That's exciting. The money plans? Super empowering. Understanding time? Game-changing. But none of it, and I mean none of it, works without this next step. Consistent, aligned action, repeated with faith. Because real wealth, like spiritual evolution, doesn't show up all at once. It shows up through repetition. Small steps, quiet habits, unsexy consistency. And that's where 777 comes in again. Not as a lucky charm, but as a code for devotion. 777 equals sign sacred discipline. The energy of 777 isn't just about insight, it's about practice. Think of it like this. 1 represents intention, 2 is momentum, 3 is alignment, but 7, that's devotion to the path. And when it shows up in threes, 777, it's the universe saying, you're aligned. Now move with rhythm. Oh, wealth is built in loops, not leaps. Every wealthy person, whether spiritual or strategic, has systems. And more than that, they have rituals. They don't ask themselves daily, should I save or should I invest? They decided once, then let systems carry the weight. So let's create yours. Your 777 wealth rituals. Here's a simple framework you can copy and adapt. Daily. Read or speak your future you vision aloud. Say a short money affirmation. Money flows to me in aligned and intelligent ways. Spend intentionally. Ask, does this support the future I'm building? Weekly. Check your savings and investment automation. Log your net worth. Even if it's $4,000, awareness is power. Watch or read one thing that expands your financial intelligence. Reflect. What would 777 do today? Monthly, review your budget and make adjustments. Transfer the excess to your investment account. Track your progress toward your money freedom date. Celebrate even small wins. Staying in rhythm is the win. These aren't just habits. They're rituals of self-trust. Repetition builds identity. Here's a quick neuroscience nugget. The more you repeat a behavior, the more your brain wires it into your identity. That means every time you transfer $100 to your freedom fund, every time you check your budget instead of avoiding it, every time you keep your word to yourself financially, you reinforce the belief, I am someone who is aligned with abundance. That's wealth on a soul level. Faith bridges the gaps. And here's the spiritual part. There will be times when the numbers don't move, where your progress feels invisible. Where do you think, is this even working? That's when faith becomes your most powerful financial tool. 777 is a call to stay the course, even when you can't yet see the finish line. Just like seeds take time underground before they bloom, your wealth is growing, even when it looks still on the surface. Repetition creates rhythm, and rhythm creates results. Build small, sustainable wealth rituals you actually enjoy. Let systems carry the burden so your mind can stay clear. Show up with consistency, even before you see the proof. Trust the process. That's the 777 way. Next, we're going to wrap this all up. Not with another tip or tactic, but with a shift in perspective. Because building wealth isn't just about accounts and actions. It's about how you see yourself inside the story you're writing. Let's bring it all together. All right, deep breath. Because this is the step most people skip. They get the vision, they set the goals, they even start taking action. But then life gets messy. The market dips, unexpected bills show up, progress slows, and suddenly they're asking, is this even working? Did I mess it up? This right here, this space between effort and reward, is where most people quit. But not you. Because step 5 is the one that makes the other 4 actually work. Trust the process. The wealth path isn't linear. It's cyclical. Just like 777 represents divine cycles, your wealth journey isn't a straight staircase. It's more like a spiral. You revisit the same lessons, but from a higher level each time. Some months, you'll feel like a boss. In other months, you'll feel behind. That's normal. But when you trust the long game, you don't let temporary dips shake permanent decisions. The power of the lag phase. There's a concept in gardening called the lag phase. It's the period after you plant a seed, when you water it, care for it, protect it. But nothing seems to be happening above the surface. Then, one day, it breaks through. It blooms. It grows faster than you imagined. Wealth is the same. Your financial growth might feel invisible for a while, but it's happening beneath the surface. Every time you choose not to impulse spend, let your investments ride. Say no to short-term pleasure for long-term power. Stay in your weekly wealth ritual. You're nurturing roots, and roots create a legacy. Stay anchored with perspective. Let's look at some real data for perspective. Most millionaires hit that mark after age 49. 80% of millionaires didn't inherit money. They built it slowly. Consistent investors outperform market timers over time. People who retire early usually planned and started earlier, not richer. So, no, you're not late. You're not underqualified. You're not off track. You're just early in the cycle. And when you zoom out, you realize, building wealth isn't about getting there fast. It's about getting there for free. Align with 777. Divine timing over desperation. In the energy of 777, we embrace divine timing. It's the belief that what's meant for me is already on its way, and my job is to stay aligned while it travels. This isn't passive, it's powerful. It means showing up without forcing, being patient without being passive, and trusting that your higher plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Here's how to hold the long game. Zoom out weekly. Instead of obsessing over day-to-day numbers, track your net worth monthly or quarterly. Celebrate progress. Even paying off $100 of debt is momentum. Count every win. Use visuals. Update your 777 vision board. Remind yourself what you're building. Find community. Follow others who are also playing the long game. It's easier when you're not alone. Affirm it. I trust the path. I trust the plan. I trust the pace. Wealth is a cycle, not a straight line. The lag phase is where real growth begins. Most rich lives are built slowly and intentionally. Divine timing, short-term pressure. Keep showing up, and let the results catch up to your energy. In the final section, I'm going to wrap this blueprint up and share a few personal reflections. Because this journey isn't just about building a number in your bank account, It's about becoming someone who can hold that level of abundance with peace. Let's bring it home. You didn't just sit through a video about money. You just downloaded an entirely new framework for how to align your purpose, your finances, and your future through the lens of angel number 777. Let's recap what you've just unlocked. Step 1. Align your vision. You defined what rich really means to you. Not society, not your parents, not a TikTok finance guru. You chose your version of freedom, clarity, and fulfillment. Clarity beats hustle. Vision first, strategy second. Step 2. Master the 3 money pillars. You learned how to save, invest, and grow on repeat. You now know how to let your money work for you, so you can live from purpose, not paycheck. Wisdom is knowing that wealth flows through rhythm, not randomness. Step 3. Make time your partner. You realize time isn't a threat, it's your co-creator. And starting now gives future you options you can't even see yet. Time compounds what you commit to. Step 4. Act with faith and repetition. You learned how to build wealth rituals that don't rely on motivation. Because repetition creates identity, and identity creates results. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to keep it moving. Step 5. Trust the process. You embraced the long game. You stopped needing proof before committing to the path. You became someone who moves like the outcome is already theirs. Divine timing isn't delay, it's preparation. So, here's your real blueprint, simplified. See it, build it, commit to it, repeat it, trust it. That's the 777 way. That's how you retire rich, in money, in mindset, and in meaning. Now look, I know this was a lot, but you don't have to do it all tonight. You just have to choose. Do I want to stay where I am, or finally move toward what's already meant for me? You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not starting over. You're starting aligned. And that changes everything. Let's take this momentum into the next step: engagement, community, and action. Because we're building more than wealth here. We're building a movement. Let's finish strong. All right, you've made it this far, which already tells me something important about you. You're not just interested in money. You're not just curious about angel numbers. You're someone who's ready to create a life that's both spiritually aligned and financially free. And now, it's time to take that first public step in that direction. Let's start with this. Drop a comment below and answer this question. What does retiring rich mean to you? Seriously, I want to know. Is it living on a beach in Costa Rica with your dogs and a laptop? Is it being debt-free, healthy, and helping your family thrive? Is it total time freedom to create, serve, travel, and rest? Whatever your vision is, say it out loud. Type it below. Why? Because putting your vision into words activates it. It makes it real, and it connects you to this community. People who are dreaming big and doing the work. And hey, if this video spoke to you, if it gave you clarity, energy, or a blueprint you didn't have before, tap the like button. Not for the algorithm, okay, maybe a little, but to signal back to the universe. I'm in, I'm ready, let's go. Subscribe if you're serious about this path. If you're the kind of person who wants deeper dives into how to build wealth your way, more practical tools rooted in spiritual alignment, weekly reminders that you're not alone in this journey, then hit subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We're talking mindset upgrades. We're talking actual financial strategy breakdowns. And yes, we'll go even deeper into numerology and divine timing too. This isn't just a YouTube channel. It's your wealth alignment portal. You don't need luck. You don't need to be perfect. And you definitely don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next aligned step. And you just did that by finishing this video. So now, let's build it. Let's track it. Let's trust it. And let's retire rich in every way that matters. I'll see you in the comments.